Hey, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy MoonMonkey coming at you with another episode of In the Lab, and today we're gonna go with my nigga Charizard. You guys already see the thumbnail. We're gonna go with the Dungeon Dragon. I'm a Dungeon Dragon. So let's get into this. Pokemon Stadium 2. Alright, so first things first, Charizard is a big hulking character, so he's prone to getting hit by a lot of attacks that might go over certain characters like Duck Hunt Dog, Pikachu, characters that are low profile, so you gotta be mindful of that. Yeah, sure, you could probably crouch to lower Charizard's profile, but there's only so much you can do with this big fat fuck. Also, like DDD, Charizard has multiple jumps, so you definitely want to make use of that. I believe Charizard has 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3. Yep, Charizard has 3 jumps. And each jump goes a little less higher than the previous. Be mindful of that. Charizard's first jump, you're gonna go pretty high. Second jump, you're just gonna go a little higher than that, than your last jump, because your last jump, you're barely going anywhere. That last jump is probably gonna be like your stall move. So what I like to do with Charizard is try to do like first 2 jumps just kind of like dance outside my opponent's range, and then that final jump is just to see what my opponent's gonna do. If they like to rush in on me, I can either throw down a neutral air, or if they like to jump in the air, just hit him with that fair. Or you can kind of like dance out, fake out your opponent. If you like the shield, you can just kind of like dance in and out, and as you retreat, use that final jump just to like stall if they like to press in, and throw that delayed fair. So really nice to get inside of your opponent's head. But enough of Charizard and his big massive shit and all his jumping capabilities. Let's get into my nigga's fighting capabilities, because my nigga is a monster. My nigga is a monster. So first hit of his jab attack, nice 3%. Let's reset that real quick. And second hit, 1, 2. As you can see in the side corner of the damage, you got 4 damage right there. And final hit, 1, 2, 3, 5 damage. So I believe the total damage is going to be 12 damage when you put it all together. Yup, 12 damage altogether. So not bad, not bad. Going into Charizard's next attack, you got his down tilt. Down tilt, a really nice move for pressuring characters off the stage. Really good against characters like Ike and Shulk, who really rely on their vertical recovery for their moves. So you definitely want to make sure you utilize this. Characters with weak horizontal recovery. So especially around like what, 75, 65%. Around this area of the stage, Charizard just sends you flying horizontally, so you definitely want to make use of that. Probably punish with like a fair or a neutral air. So yeah. What else we got? We got Charizard. Oops, going the wrong way. We gonna be here a long while if I try to go the other way back to 0. So let's hit him back to 0. And let's get into Charizard's tilt. So Charizard's down tilt really nice. Well, as I mentioned already, down tilt's really nice. Forward tilt is very unique. It's kind of like Marth's tipper of his sword, where Charizard's tail, depending on where you hit with it, does a lot more damage. So around like the mid-range of the tail, do 7%. But the real kicker is when you hit the characters at the tip of the tail, you get that extra 3%, but you get a lot more knockback out of it. You don't really notice it at these lower percents, but as you get higher, like probably like around like 100, 120, that's when you start to notice that Charizard's tail is where you want to start hitting. I believe in my Mario in the lab, I talked about how you definitely want to hit where the puff of Mario's smash attack is, with the puff of the fire. You definitely want to hit where the puff of your Charizard's tail is if you want to kill characters. And I believe Charizard starts killing with his tail around like what, 145, 150? 145 should be that sweet spot. Oops, I don't think that was it. When you when you hit with the tip of the tail, because you hear like that searing fire sound. So let's see, let's reset his percent, make sure it's back at 145. Yeah, like that. So you definitely hear that searing fire sound, and you definitely will see that black lightning when you hit him with it. Such a satisfying move just to pull that shit off. Charizard, as you'll find out, is a very close mid-range kind of character. You don't really want to be up and personal with the character. You just want to be just outside of their range, like right where, like you see where Mario's like in the center of the Pokeball. Charizard wants to be outside that range. This is exactly where Charizard's gonna shine, because most of his moves are definitely gonna poke inside the middle range. You don't want to be too close. You just kind of want to box out your opponent. Rely on his short hop fairs, his tilts, down tilt, just to like press your opponent. If you're too close to your opponent, a lot of your attacks not gonna really get the most out of them. You definitely want to be at the mid range, because that's when a lot of your sweet spot of your attacks is definitely gonna be the most lethal. I believe he talked about his forward tilt. Like many other characters, you can definitely angle Charizard's forward tilt, angle it upwards. Oops, yeah, angle it upwards, angle it downwards. Just be mindful. Oh, especially really good move, especially when edge guarding. One thing that you should be mindful of, when you grab the ledge, the first time you get invincibility. The second time you grab it, you lose that invincibility. So if you manage to get your opponent to kind of like dance around the ledge, throw at that down tilt, not the down tilt, the angle your forward tilt downwards. Try to get that fire hit of it, because if you get it, you're gonna definitely get a nice sweet punish off of that, especially if you manage to get that tip of the tail. So really nice for that. I believe I was going into Mario's up tilt. Not Mario's up tilt, Charizard's up tilt. Charizard's up tilt, as you can see, it's not really good for using on the ground when the opponent's next to you. You kind of want to use it as an anti-air. Really good against characters like Fox, Pikachu's, Mario's. I like to do their down airs just to pressure Charizard. You definitely want to throw this move out just to make sure that they get off you. Really good anti-air. What else? I believe we got into jabs, tilts. Let's get into Charizard's dash attack. Charizard's dash attack, kind of like Mario's, it kind of has this unique property. Depending on where you hit him, it kind of sends your opponent at a weird angle. Well, not a weird angle, it just sends him in a different trajectory. So if you hit him with the tip of it, you kind of go forward. But if you hit them with the meat of it, like when you initially start up the dash attack, they pop right up above you. Hold up, I think I got him. Let's push Mario a little closer, that way I have a little more running time, a little more speedway. Alright, so if I hit Mario with the beast, the bit of it, as you can see, Charizard kind of like run right through them, and they'll pop up right behind, like they'll kind of like pop up in place, so kind of like send them backwards as you continue to go forward. But if you hit them with like the lingering end of it, they'll go forward. So be mindful of how you're hitting with your dash attack. So that's all of his dash attacks, jabs, and all of his neutral shit. Let's get into Charizard's aerials. Percent Mario's percent. So like Charizard's forward tilt, Charizard's neutral definitely depends, the power depends on where you hit. If you hit him with the base of the tail, you're gonna get that 7%, but where you really want to hit it, you want to hit him with that fire part of the tail. So let's see if I can nail it off. Nope, hold up. It's gonna take some while. Hold on. 24 neutral airs later. There we go. So as you can see, Charizard's tail the fire on his tail starts to fan out, and I'm trying to like line up where that fire part of that tail is hitting. There we go. So actually, what I'm doing is, as soon as I see that fire part tip out, I'm kind of like fast falling to the ground, just so it hits Mario in time. Because I believe if you just stay in place without doing any movement, you're just gonna hit it with the base of the tail. You kind of want to like position the fire right where the character is. Here we go. And it's really good as an edge guarding tool as well. If you manage to throw it out, you could definitely punish some characters. So yeah, be mindful of where you're hitting with that. Like many characters, you're just going to have to toy around with it. I haven't really used Charizard that much, but I'm pretty sure as I use them a lot more, I'm definitely going to find that sweet spot where to hit a lot of characters. You definitely got to have to toy around, especially against like small characters like Mario, like Jigglypuff, like Kirby. You definitely want to toy around, because it's definitely going to differ from big characters like Bowser, Donkey Kong, to those small characters, so keep that in mind. Next up is aerial attack, his forward air. Nice. As I mentioned before, you definitely want to rely on that with his multiple jumps, kind of like throwing that forward air just to press your opponent. His forward air is really nice. Since Charizard has those multiple jumps, you can definitely kind of like chase your opponents off into the abyss of like the stage just to get off that kill move. So let's see. Hit Mario off, hit him again, and you could just probably just follow that up with a whole bunch of attacks. Let me see if I can just actually chase Mario off the stage with these spares. There we go. There we go, and they just retreat back. So yeah, as you can see, Charizard with his multiple jumps with his fair is a lethal move. If your opponent doesn't really know how to like DI out of it, or how to like maneuver himself to get back to the stage efficiently, you could definitely just punish, and retreat back to the stage nice and safely. Charizard's back here is really nice. Once again, tip of the tail is definitely where you want to hit it, so you definitely want to be mindful. Like I've said before, I keep mentioning, Charizard is a short to mid-range character. You never want to be too close to your opponent, but you just want to be just outside their range, because that's exactly where Charizard's going to do the meat of his damage. So make sure you're always kind of like spaced out. You never want to be too close. Just want to keep, I'm going to keep on saying that all throughout this in the lab. You definitely want to be close to mid-range when going up against a character. You don't want to be too far, and you don't want to be too close. So yeah, that's that. Back tip of the tail. Once you're able to just space out and know where you have to throw that back air, it's definitely going to be one of Charizard's best killing moves. I think that move kills ridiculously early. Like around like, what, 90% I've been able to kill characters that try to recover, so can't go wrong there. And last but not least of Charizard's aerials is his up air. Let's see if I can pop Mario up, pop him up. Okay, Charizard's up air does a nice 13%. And a really nice killing move if you're able to kill characters off the top. I managed to kill a lot of characters on Battlefield just with that up air alone. Just kind of like throw them up. They try to approach like right above me. Just hit them up. Especially for characters like Zero Suit Samus that like to throw out her side B. You can just throw that move out immediately and you could definitely punish her. So yeah. Now let's get into Charizard specials. Now, one of Charizard's best specials is his Rock Smash. Now, I won't get into all the complicated shit like the rock sliding type of shit. I just want to talk about just the basic use. This in the lab is just kind of like an introductory trying to show off all of Charizard's basics and how to maneuver around the stage. So Charizard's Rock Smash is good for the one purpose that it has super armor. You can pretty much just rush up to a Captain Falcon charging up his forward smash and destroy somebody. So hold on. Let me actually put Mario on control and let's see. And Rock Smash. As you can see right there, Charizard will just truck right through the move. So let's do it one more time, just so you guys can see. So I'm going to get Mario to charge up his smash attack. Oops, not shield. There you go. As you can see right there, Charizard will just soak up the hit and continue trucking on. So that's going to be one of Charizard's best moves, especially for characters that like to throw out their smash attacks. Really good against characters like Greninja, who has a really good anti-air with his up smash. So you definitely want to rely on that Rock Smash just to eat up a strong killing move and continue to punish your opponents. Now, one of Charizard's other great special moves is his Flare Blitz. Call this shit the 22 height. 22 height, because this move don't give no type of fuck. That Blitz, baby. It's a good recovery move as well as a good killing move. And it's also a good move for punishing opponents that like to tumble in the air. And you can, if you're able to read out where your opponent's going to roll, like if you get them in a tumble state, this is the best position. As you can see, Mario on his back, that's exactly the best position to throw that Flare Blitz. Because as you can see, you kind of just like read out. If they roll back, throw out that Flare Blitz. If they roll forward, throw out that Flare Blitz. If they try to get up attack, wait a bit, then throw out that Flare Blitz, because that move has a really good punishing move. It's kind of like Ike's Quick Draw, so you can definitely punish like that. As I mentioned before, Flare Blitz is definitely a good recovery move. Just make sure that you have some of your jumps before doing it, because if you have no jumps and then do it, you're going to be shit out of luck with no way to recover. So keep that in mind. So yeah, Flare Blitz, really nice. Hold on, let me reset Mario percent back to 0. Flare Blitz does 15%, and while doing 9% to Charizard, so be mindful of that. Hold up. 19%? Wonder why. It's saying that the damage is 15, but it's doing so. I'm believing there's 2 attacks to it, because it's saying combo 2 at the side, but it's saying the damage is 15. So it looks like there might be an initial 2% attack followed by a beefy 15%. So you got to be mindful of that. I'm not sure if the Flare Blitz damage output will differ depending on how far you are, so let's see. Nope, looks like it's still doing that 19% to Mario while doing that 9% to Charizard, so you definitely want to be careful of that. You don't want to keep throwing that out. I mean, the more you use it, the more you're hurting yourself, but if you're able to time it out and not being too predictable with it, and make sure you're always approaching with those Rock Smashes when you're at high percent, you should be pretty good. And last but not least, Charizard's recovery. Really good killing move as well. If you can kill off opponents really early, around like what, 19%? Not 19%. That would be crazy if you kill niggas at 19%. Let's see, around, I believe 110. You can start killing characters with it. Yep, 110. You're able to kill, and there's also setups for this move as well. You could do jab, jab into the up B, which is really nice. Charizard can also do jab, jab into grab, which you kind of have to time it out and delay it. Let's see. Jab. Hold up, you got super armor. Grab. Oops, wrong move. Accidentally hit A once too many times. Jab, jab, grab, which you can follow with his down throw. Charizard's down throw is his go-to throw. While we're in the throws, we could talk about them. Forward throw does a nice 10%. I don't think it's really that good of a killing move, but it's a good move just to put your opponent at a disadvantage if they're trying to recover. Just throw them right back off the stage. His up throw, I don't think his up throw is really that special either. It's all flashy. I mean, if you're near the edge of the stage, you could probably set it up with an up throw and utilize Charizard's jump and like space him out with a fair back throw. Once again, I don't think that's really that special. Just kind of like if you're at the edge of the stage, just trying to put your opponent at a disadvantage, you want to throw it out. But most likely, you definitely want to use that down throw for killing moves. So I'm guessing you definitely want to use your forward throw, your back throws, for mid percentage and save that down throw. Don't scale it out as your rapid percent. Save that down throw for killing. So yeah, that's Charizard in a nutshell, guys. Once again, I don't know everything about this nigga right here. You may know some shit that I don't know. And stay tuned, because I'm definitely planning on doing a part 2 for Charizard, talking about the more intricate type of shit that he can do. Alright, niggas, like, comment, subscribe, and next time we'll be in the same exact place, doing the same exact motherfucking thing, baby. And we gonna be in this shit, dawg. We gonna be in this shit.